Hey guys, how's it going everyone? It's Jackie Felix here, and today I just want to make an updated guide to the new add-on changes. I've had a couple weeks to kind of play around with the new add-ons, so I'll just give you guys a updated guide in regards to PvE and PvP add-ons for SuckWiz. If you guys find this content enjoyable or useful, please hit that subscribe button on YouTube and join the Discord as well. Greatly appreciated. So yeah, let's get into the video. I'm going to start off talking about the PvE skilled add-ons. I'm just going to go through each skill and why I've selected the individual add-ons. So just start off with Earthquake. I use Evade Earthquake for both PvP and PvE. So I mainly use the skill to kind of get behind mobs, and I think that having the back attack and critical hit damage add-on in this scenario would give me the most benefit, since I'll both be doing a lot of back attack and critical hit damage. The second skill, Meteor Shower, this is your tier 3 skill for Suck Wizard, and it will give you the highest damage modifiers or add-ons. So for this one I have damage against monsters plus 30 for 7 seconds, and critical hit rate plus 30% for 7 seconds. So this is a huge burst of damage, and I like to use this with the Frontal Guard concentrated meteor instead of the aerial one. Now for the Fireball Explosion, I do have the same. I have the same damage against monster add-on as Meteor, but I also have the attack speed / cast speed add-on, and I'll use this to pre-buff my damage when my Meteor isn't on, basically. So the next skill is Prime Equilibrium Break, and I usually use this skill first when I'm grouping up the mobs together. So this is like kind of your debuff skill where you have minus 15 DP for 10 seconds and minus 4% evasion for 10 seconds. So this is all for the end game grind spots like Underwater Stars End, some earlier grind spots, or like Ash Forest. This will be pretty important to have. After that I have Earth Response, which I have back attack damage and critical hit damage plus 3%. Now, when I'll use this when like my Earthquake is on cooldown, and I also use this the same as my Evade Earthquake in PvE, where I just get behind the mobs and chain into my next set of skills, which is like my either Fireball into Rebound Fireball into Fireball Explosion, or like my Lightning into Residual combo. Okay, so lastly I have Prime Take Pulse, which I have damage against monsters plus 20 and critical hit rate plus 20 for 7 seconds. So yeah, hopefully that's pretty self-explanatory. Now I'm going to go on to the PvP skill set, and this should be more interesting. So this PvP skill set add-ons is more designed for large scale. It's more designed for like fragging out and less about supporting. I'll show you guys the supporting skill add-ons next, which I use for shot calling and stuff. But so let's get started. So I have Earthquake here first, which I have attack speed, cast speed plus 7%, and all DP minus 15 for 10 seconds. Now the reason I have this set up the way it is because I usually use Earthquake as a pre-engaged skill, as an engagement skill, sorry. Do see me mouse move my Earthquake forward into a Voltaic and Frigid Fog. If you don't use Earthquake in this manner, then you might want to consider switching maybe Earthquake with some different, more defensive add-ons, right? Okay, so next one's Meteor Shower. This is also your pretty huge. You should always have these add-ons, and I have PvP damage plus 15, critical hit rate plus 30%, but there's a bunch of great add-ons for this. You can also put all DP minus 20, all evasion minus 5, attacks cast speed minus 10%, all great add-ons for this, and also interesting add-on is 150 bleed damage for per 3 seconds, 15 seconds. So yeah. After that I have Lightning Storm, which I have connected to my high voltage front guard, and after my Lightning Storm I usually go straight into Lightning and Residual Lightning. So For this I have PvP damage plus 10 and attack speed, cast speed plus 7% for 7 seconds. So I think that's this is a pretty good add-on to have. Next, I have Frigid Fog. So this is all defense plus 15 and all evasion plus 4% for 7 seconds. Now this might be interesting for some of you guys, but the reason why I have this set up this way is because I'll usually use Frigid Fog as my last skill before I try Disengage, right? So I'll do Evade, Earthquake, Forward into a Voltaic Pulse and Frigid Fog. So after I do my Frigid Fog, I'll probably TP out and try to throw range skills back, and I'll still be taking a bunch of damage, right? So it's good to have these defensive add-ons for the Disengage. Now, if you want to, you can also kind of get your old defense plus 15, and also change this with a 100 bleed damage as well, which could work for you to kind of finish off those targets like at 1 or 2% HP sometimes. But yeah. Okay, so after that I have Fireball Explosion, which is PvP damage plus 10 and attack / cast speed plus 7%. So this is kind of like just my pre-buff skill for when my media isn't on. And yeah, okay. So yeah, so this is also on a 7-second cooldown, so it's a pretty short cooldown as well. And after I have Voltaic Pulse, which I have critical hit rate plus 20 and all evasion minus 4% for 10 seconds. Now, the reason I have critical hit rate plus 20% on my Voltaic is because if we look at the skill Frigid Fog, right, it has a 50% crit rate already for PvP and PvE. So if you get the 20% crit rate from Voltaic, that becomes a 70% crit rate on your Frigid Fog. And your Frigid Fog is one of your hardest hitting skills, especially when they're on the ground, right? And all evasion minus 4% stacks already with Voltaic's debuff, inherent debuff, which provides a minus 15% evasion rate for 10 seconds. So that'll be a 19% minus evasion rate if you hit your Voltaic on them for 10 seconds. So that's pretty huge. Now the other interesting thing is, so I'll switch to my shot calling. Actually, I can't right now. But what I'll do is I'll just hop onto my trial character real quick, and I'll show you some of my 1v1 add-ons as well as my AOA. So just like AOA is Arena Marsha, so it's like tournament 2v2 or 3v3 add-on setup I have for my Suck Wizard. And you'll see what add-ons I run for that. It's very different to my large-scale add-ons. So for my Suck Wiz add-ons here, what I'll primarily focus on is kind of stacking my lightning skills with attack speed, cast speed slows. So you see Lightning Storm, I have it, Residual Lightning, I have it, and Voltaic Pulse, I have it as well. So your lightning skills, if you look, they have a kind of a ability which slows people, like for, so electrocuted, right? It slows down their attack speed, cast speed, and movement speed, right? And the add-ons will stack with those slows, so it's very beneficial to have. The other thing is, which is interesting, is I have 150 bleed damage on my media. So if you look here at your media skill, where is it? So it already has like a 60 burn damage every 3 seconds for 18 seconds, right? So that will stack on top of this, which is 210 bleed damage per 3 seconds. That's a lot of bleed damage, especially for trials, right? So this will really help you finish off low targets. It will almost negate their HP pot. And I think, you know, the rest of it is pretty self-explanatory. I think one of the one of the other things I want to quickly talk about was also like how, so for trial characters, right? Like getting add-ons such as all evasion minus 4%, all accuracy minus 4%, and like all evasion plus 4%, it's not really that huge because trial characters inherently don't have that many stats. So if you're on mains, this might be a little bit different, but yeah. For trials, I wouldn't recommend getting like plus evasion or minus accuracy. The difference wouldn't really be that huge. So yeah. The other thing for your media, you could also kind of run a debuff media as well. So you could also run something like a minus 20 DP and a minus 15 PvP AP for 10 seconds, right? So this could also work very well in 1v1s and also like in tournament style fights such as Arena Marsha. So yeah, that's pretty much the stuff I want to go through today, guys. I hope you found this information useful, and as always, if you have any feedback, suggestions in terms of add-ons, leave them in the comments below, and apart from that, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.